Hello, Wolfpack. How are you doing on this fine day? Planescape Torment, or as the cool kids say, Planescape Torment. This is apparently a very wordy game, so we're going to play a very wordy game. First things first though, a movie played when I first booted up the game, so we should watch it. It is probably this one. Welcome in, Wasi. We're watching cutscenes. Shh. Be very, very quiet. Shh. When you think that Shining Force 3 was 2 years before this, 2 years, look at how animation has improved in gaming. It's insane. I have no idea what happened. That cutscene did not help me in the slightest. Shining SC3. Scenario 3 came out 2 months before the Dreamcast in Japan. Oh, did it? Did it really? And hi, Hazy. I don't have any idea what happened for a long time, don't worry. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, let's go. New life. Right. I was already advised wisdom and intelligence and charisma. So that is helps recall memories and bonus to experience. That is regain memories faster, more dialogue options, and that is people like me. Am I a zombie? Can't I change this? I guess it's a character you have to play as. I'm a very specific character who's a zombie, apparently. Aren't we all zombies? When we wake up, maybe. That was quick into it.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
There's voice acting. Ah. Who are you? There was one line of voice acting. Ah. Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I don't know. I can't remember. You can't remember your name? Huh. Well, next time you spend the night in this burg, go easy on the bub. The name's Mort. I'm trapped here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors in this room and it's locked tighter than a chastity belt. I have never tried to open a chastity belt. We're locked in? Where? What is this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The mortuary? What am I, dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh Wait, give this place the laugh. All the more reason to give this place the laugh. Is that like game slang, or is that something I should know? Give this place the laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery going on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back? What do they say? Looks like you come with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see, it starts with... I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Barrod can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Barrod? Does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Mort pauses. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal, or we'll be up the sticks again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farrod. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for that journal I'm just supposed to have with me, was there one on me when I was lying here? No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you've got enough of a journal penned on your body. Okay, so the one thing that he told me to do. The one thing that he told me to do was not lose this journal, and I lost it because I was dead. So it's not really my fault. Don't use ChatGPT for taxes. Yes, agreed. Agreed, Hazy. Absolutely do not. What about Farrod? Do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, Somberg's got to know where to find Farrod. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. So I should attack one of the corpses and loot it for a key? Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Note, search the shelves in the room for a weapon to attack the zombies with. When you find one, go to the inventory screen and arm yourself. If you wish to examine any items you find, right-click on them in the inventory screen. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing. Those corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. To run, either toggle, yeah, blah blah blah. Alright, thanks for the advice. Alright, we're in. Quick save. I know about these games. Wait, let's do a proper save. That's my quick save. Why are there 3 saves? Huh? I will overwrite. Alright, buttons. Shift shows me stuff I can do. Space pauses. Okay, that's good. Oh, what about dialogue? How do I do... A is attack. Is that key bindings? Blah, 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 blah. Dialogue doesn't have one. D? Oh, I don't fucking know. Is there a way you could lower the background music? I can. I can move some stuff down a little bit. I'll leave the voices high though, right? Big slider gaming. How is it now? I mean, I could just turn down the whole audio of the game, to be honest. and turn myself up. How's that? I turn myself up. I turn the game down a little bit. Alright, we'll see how we get on with that. Right, what was I doing? I was looking at things. This slab is covered with dried blood and other remains. These barrels contain a murky liquid. It smells like a cross between vinegar and formaldehyde.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. That is bandages. Good. Come on, floating skull man. Barrels contain murky liquid. Looks like someone's in the middle of dissecting a corpse. That is... This door is locked. You need a key. Scalpel! Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go get those corpses, and don't worry. I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Mort. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Me? I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. When I attack this corpse, you better be right in there with me, or you'll be the next thing that I plunge this scalpel into. Alright, I'll help you. If you wish more to help attack you, simply make sure both of you are selected when you attack the corpse. I'm glad we understand each other. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death, then. Although you can attack by selecting a weapon from the quick menu, pressing the A key also toggles the attack cursor. Alright. Well, before we attack anyone, is there anything else I should inspectigate? Why does this one have a question mark over it, but this one doesn't? Like other corpses, this room, this one is covered with blood and completely gutted. Dried blood covers the slab's surface. A bloody cloth covers the remains of this corpse. The stench rising from the body is almost unbearable. Okay, I think that was everything. So we can attack people with this button. That was easy. Preparation room key. Okay. Oh, we can talk to zombies. Oops. Oops. This corpse's head lolls back and forth on his shoulders. Judging from the angle of the neck, it looks like this man may have been hanged. The number 825 has been painted on the side of his head. It was great talking to you. Farewell. Quick save. Bump. This door is locked. You will need a key. I have a key. The head of this bronze key has been twisted around itself several times so that it resembles a screw. If Mort is to be believed, it unlocks one of the doors in the preparation room. When using keys in Torment, you only need to have them in your inventory to unlock a door. In some cases, the key will vanish after it's used. Okay. Which means it's probably... These were steps, right? This door is locked. You will need a key. There we go. Some advice, Chief. I'd keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are the caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis onto the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everyone should die sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? When you're listening, I said the Dusties believe everybody's got to die. Sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier in the dead book than out of it? The corpses I've seen here, where did they all come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief. These dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping off their limbs. Things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? Huh? Huh? Oh. Oh no. You can't be serious, Mort. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Mort, you sick fuck. Mort's great. How long am I streaming? Probably for a few hours. Probably till about 5 or so. 5 my time, so 6 your time. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. He starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. Okay. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled from after your kiss with death, so I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you've got questions, ask me, alright? To speak to party members, select talk from the quick menu, then left-click on the party member. Alright, if I have questions, I'll ask you. 2nd, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly who I am, use it to refresh your memory. To access your journal, select the journal button on the quick menu. Your journal will automatically be updated through the game. Okay.
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal. Find Farad, blah blah blah. Oh shit. Okay, this is... Look at him, he's so happy. What a happy skull. Look at me. I look like death. NPCs. Zombie female. Zombie male. Okay. So I could talk
what's
to...
new, Chief?
You hope this is up my alley. Well, if it's anything like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, then very much so. I still haven't played 3. Okay, I know that. How do I use these bandages? Well, you use them. Staunch bleeding and all that. To use bandages, right-click on them while in the inventory screen. Use them on another person. First place them in one of your quick item slots. Then select the bandage icon. Okay. Very much like those, but with more dialogue and less combat. Yeah, I did hear that combat in this isn't the like be all and end all. It's like not the point of these games, so like just between you and me, I turned the combat slider down a little bit. Do you think we can talk to these zombies, or are they all like... Ah, the shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. The number 594 has been scratched into her forehead with a charcoal pencil. I have to admit the writing is good. I do like the writing. It's very evocative. Between you and me, you got an invincibility cheat towards the end of the game. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'll see how I get on. I've just pumped everything into wisdom and intelligence, so combat might be... I might struggle. So, doing anything later? The corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell, then. Psst. You see the way she was looking at me? Huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? You mean that blank-eyed beyond the grave stare? What? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably didn't even register to her senses. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They may be too subtle for you to pick up on, but that's why I'll be spending my nights with some luscious, recently dead chit. Why? While you're standing around going, huh? What's going on? Where's my memories? Whatever, Mort, let's go. Chris Avalon did the majority of the writing for this. Oh, nice. I guess very metaphysical and philosophical at times. But that's kind of the point of Planescape. Yeah, true. You'd love to run a D&D campaign in Play. Hey, if you run a D&D campaign in Planescape, I'm game. I'm there. What does this person say? The left side of this woman's face looks as if it was carved in with a club, and her flesh sags in bruised, swollen clumps over her ruined skull. The number 626 has been stitched onto the corpse's right cheek, just below the eye. Nasty wound you've got there. The corpse continues to stare at you with its one good eye. Okay, bye. Blood stains, rust, and other remains cover the surface of this metal slab. It is much larger than most of the other slabs, and is sitting on a platform that allows it to be rotated. Same with that one. Alrighty. This corpse is lumbering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangle, it pauses, then turns and staggers towards the next corner. It has 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As you approach, it halts and stares at you. Huh, looks like someone forgot to tell this sod to stop walking the rule of threes. What do you mean? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This poor sod probably finished some task and they forgot to tell him. Who gives them their commands? Gamescape. Hell yeah. Gammascape. Either one of the caretakers here, or else whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Probably one of the caretakers here. They're the ones who need the cheap labor after all. I see. What was that you said before about the rule of threes?
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal. Again. Well, the rule of threes is one of those laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes, or everything's composed of 3 parts, or there's always 3 choices, and so on and so forth. You don't sound like you hold much faith in it. It's a load of wash, if you ask me. If you look for a number, any number, and try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. I agree. I agree with that. Oh, good things come in threes. No, they don't. Fuck off. I wanted to examine this zombie a bit more. So, why are you walking in a triangle? Leave the corpse in peace. I've updated my journal. Okay, quick save before every door, obviously. Oh, more zombies to talk to, and more stuff to loot. Loot? No. Talk? Yes. This corpse is shuffling from slab to slab, bandaging the corpses lying there. The number 396 is carved into his left temple, and his lips are stitched closed. You notice the corpse is carrying a roll of bandages in its hand. The bandages look usable. Can I take these? The corpse continues to stare at you. I will take the bandages. Gained item. You snake your hand out and take the roll of bandages from the corpse's hand. The corpse doesn't even seem to notice. It continues going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. Sorry about taking those bandages from you. It's just that I need them more than the bodies here. The rule of threes is really cool. Is it? Does it play a big part in this? Receiving room logbook. Okay, nice. Monies. Fist irons. What do these do? Oh, by the way, how's the audio now? Is it better? doing my adjustments. It gets real meta. Nice. What do these do? 2 to 4 crushing damage. And my scalpel? Am I blind? Where's my scalpel gone? Oh wait, I never equipped it. Lol. 1 to 3 or 2 to... Not usable by mages, what the fuck? But I can still use it, right? Wait, how does this work then? Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. It's kind of everywhere in the abyss. Kindness is unnatural, 1. Mercy is impossible, 2. And power is all that matters, 3. Alignments come in sets of 3. Even the game principles themselves are bound by this very rule. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. There's a named person. Oh, but first we should read our journal. Receiving room logbook. This huge logbook lists mortuary procedures in a tight, crabbed script. All shells entering the mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and logged with the scribe on duty before being embalmed or cremated. The records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms, contact the scribe on duty and notify him that a contracted shell is to be raised. Be certain that a shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip a shell. The faction is not responsible for any possessions lost or items stolen by collectors who have brought the shells to the mortuary. The shell's possessions are to be stored in the receiving room until an initiate can be sent to claim them. Please catalogue all possessions in the logbook. Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As you flip through the rest of the book, however, you notice the last page has been cut out. What? If you replay the game and are on the lookout, you can run into examples of this rule quite a bit. Goes without saying, you probably want to talk to everyone you see. Never know who might have a quest. Yes, absolutely. I know how RPGs work. I'm a gamer. But I also want to loot everything. Dialogue. I can't remember if I spoke to these guys. This corpse is shuffling from slab to slab, bandaging... Oh yeah, that's the one I took bandages from. The number 1201 has been inked on the forehead of this corpse, and the ink has run down its eyes, cheeks, and jaw. If you follow the ink tears down the corpse's face, you notice it's run into a stitching sealing the corpse's lips and has caught on what looks like the corner of a note stuck in the corpse's mouth. I will try and pull the note out. The note has mingled with the ichor in the zombie's mouth. If you tried to pull the paper through the cross stitches, it would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get at it looks like it will destroy the note. You'll need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before removing the note. Use the scalpel. I gained experience, la 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 la, by cutting open a corpse's mouth apparently. You deftly slice through the stitches sealing the corpse's mouth, and the jaw sags open. You carefully pull the note from the corpse's mouth. Despite the condition of the paper, the writing on it still appears legible. To read notes, blah blah blah, place them in your inventory, then right-click on them. Okay. Sorry about slicing those stitches, I just had to see what was in your mouth. The corpse's milky white eyes stare at you vacantly. This is a foul-smelling note retrieved from the mouth of one of the mortuary zombies. It looks like it was sewn into the corpse's mouth by accident. Despite its condition, the writing is legible. Please, to whatever dustman reads this, I beg of you. I know my legal obligation under the terms of the dead contract, but I am prepared to offer more than my signing fee if you will cremate my body rather than raising it. I have arranged for this note to be left in my body upon my death. If you are reading this, then please use this note as instructed and accept the results in exchange for my contracted duty. Let my contract number serve as the key. It looks like the corpse was too late to prevent the raising, but you notice that beneath the writing is a diagram. It looks like directions for folding the parchment into a strange pattern. If you're ever capable of examining an object further or performing an action on an object outside of the world screen, a use button will appear. This button will allow you to manipulate the item, blah blah blah. Use. This foul-smelling note has a strange-looking diagram inscribed beneath the writing. It looks as if it's instructing you to fold the corner of the note so their points touch in the center. There is a series of strange marks on each corner. 1 mark on the upper right, 2 marks on the lower right, 3 marks on the lower left, and no marks on the upper left. Back to destroying Shining Wisdom. Yeah, good luck, Hazy. That sounds complicated. First puzzle time. Okay. It wants me to fold all the corners into the center. Why would it matter which order you do that in then? If you're folding them into the center, it wouldn't matter, right? Upper right, lower right, lower left is 1, 2, and 3. And no marks on the upper left. But also it said something about his contract number being the key, right? And that was 1201. Oh, wait, 1201. So, 1 mark on the upper right. Fold the upper right 1. 2 marks on the lower right. Lower right. No marks on the upper left, and then 1 was upper right again. As you fold the upper right corner back into the center, the lower left corner mirrors its action until all the corners touch in the center. You watch for a moment and the corners of the paper rise up, turning the note into a small 4-sided paper pyramid. Hey, more experience. What up? Depends on what's on the other side of the corner, I guess. Yeah, maybe. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I can imagine, Hazy. Like I said the other day, I have no... Like, game development and modding and stuff like that for me is just type on keyboard, magic happens. You peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates into dust. Inside is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. I will take it. You receive this small earring. Blah, blah, blah. It's a beautiful earring, but despite its beauty, all it seems to do is remind you of how strange this world you've woken up in is. Some items are magical, but require that they be identified before they can be used. If you cannot determine what an item is at first glance, you may need to take it to someone with a higher lore skill than you or your party members. How would you like to identify it? I can't. Well, hang on. Can I, like, quick save and then inventory and then just, like, wear it? And then... That didn't help, but whatever. Okay, I got an earring. Huzzah! That was you, right? 1201, yeah. So we also have you. The smell of formaldehyde emanating from this corpse is particularly strong. It smells like it was applied recently and with good reason. This corpse appears to be in an advanced stage of decay. Her jaw is missing and some of the flesh has slid off her skull, revealing the number 1072. I think this one's seen better days. The corpse does not respond to your voice. The fact that it has no jaw may have something to do with it. Either that or it simply has nothing to say. Okay, bye. What if it was cursed? It could have been cursed, to be fair. They're not going to give me a cursed item right at the start of the game. Come on, man. Come on, man. You? This female corpse is making the rounds from slab to slab in the room. Her hair is knotted into a long braid and looped around her neck like a noose. Someone has stenciled the number 1096 onto her forehead, and her lips have been stitched closed. Nice braid. Does not respond. Okay, bye. This gate looks sealed shut. There's no lock or other means of opening it. These barrels contain a murky liquid. I already saw that. Body's completely covered by a rough, dark cloth. This corpse has been completely wrapped in bandages like a mummy. I will get to you soon, Dahl. This book is huge. It must contain thousands of names. That is a big fucking book. I remember that cursed belt of gender change in the old Baldur's Gate game. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, it's a really good point. Although you can't even select your gender in this game. So it'd be weird to have something like that, right? I can't believe none of these things have... Oh wait, I can talk to you. This walking corpse has the number 1094 carved into its forehead. Its mouth has been sewn tightly shut, and the chemical reek of fresh formaldehyde hangs in the overpowering cloud around it. Despite the pallid, sunken features and lifeless milky eyes, it is clear as once a handsome young man. Anything interesting going on? Continues to stare at you. Still have all manner of other cursed garbage. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it does. Oh, does it matter that my portrait is orange and his is green? Or is that just, like, flavor? Does it mean anything? Or is it just, like, main character is orange, second party member's green, etc.? Just flavor. Okay. Hello, Dahl. This scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal grey eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with this scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing... Before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down, and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we leave this place, the better. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's grey eyes flicker to you. The weight of the years hangs heavy upon me, Restless One. He places his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless One, do you know me? Know you? There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, Restless One. No more than you have known yourself. He's silent for a moment. Have you forgotten? For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? Good old dal. I make a very, very nice creamy lentil dal. I'll have you know. With one L, not twos. It's like my specialty. Could replace the lentils with chicken if I wanted. I'm hungry now. I'm going to go make a dal. As always, the question, and the wrong question as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catching his breath. I am Dahl. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Dahl.
Updated my journal.
Very well. What do you wish to know? What is this place? You are in the mortuary, Restless One. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those about to depart the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path to true death. Dahl's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Is it? Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow. You see, Restless One, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickering of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain, trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death? True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Dahl coughs, then gives a ragged breath. State of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? It is worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Dustman? Dahl stream time, yeah. Gonna have no voice left halfway through this game. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do like whiskey and honey cough medicine things for my voice. Hazy, you're gonna miss Shining Force 3. I probably will revisit Shining Force at some point with the other ones. I just really needed a Shining Force break. I played a lot of Shining Force recently. We Dustmen are a faction, a gathering of those of us who recognize the illusion of this life. We wait for the next life and help others on their journey. Perhaps you can explain why the Dustmen want me dead. Dahl sighs. It is said there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned in the dead book. To awake from death as you have done suggests you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Unacceptable? That doesn't sound like it leaves me in a good position. You must understand, your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of our faction would order you cremated, if they were aware of your affliction. You're a Dustman, but you don't seem to be in favor of killing me. Why not? Because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up this shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. Dahl looks about to break into another coughing jag, but he manages to hold it in with some effort. As long as I remain in my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. What is your post? I am a scribe, a cataloguer of all the shells that come to the mortuary. Dahl coughs again, then takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You say that I've been here more than once. How is it that the Dustmen do not recognize me?
Updated my journal.
I've updated my journal again. I still have to beat that optional 5,000 health boss. That's true. I was so annoyed at that boss. That's twice as long as fighting Bullzome at the end. And we saw how I did against him. It does have very good music though, Hazy, I agree. I am the one that catalogues these shells that come into our halls, Restless One. Dahl breaks into a fit of coughing, then steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. Oh, thanks, Dahl. Sigil. Sigil is our fair city, Restless One. Wounds? Yes, the wounds that decorate your body. They look as if they would have sent a lesser man along the path of true death, yet it seems as if many of them have healed already. Dahl coughs violently for a moment, then steadies himself. But those are only the surface wounds. Hey, how come whoever wrote on my back if it was supposed to be for my eyes only? Like, how the fuck would I have read it without Mort there to read it out for me? Huh? Riddle me that. That's what I want to know. Why wouldn't they put it on my chest instead? Or like my arms? Yeah, answer me that question. Only surface wounds, what do you mean?
Updated my journal.
I speak of the wounds of the mind. You have forgotten much, have you not? Mayhaps your true wounds run much deeper than the scars that decorate your surface. Dahl coughs again. But that is something that only you would know for certain. How did I get here? Dahl snorts in contempt as if he finds the memory repugnant. Your mouldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, Restless One. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. I arrived here on a cart?
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Oh. Oh. Dahl breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your seneschal Farod was, as always, pleased to accept a few mouldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Who is this Farod? He is a collector of the dead. Dahl draws a ragged breath, then continues. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death, and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Where can I find him? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of Farod finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Nevertheless, I must find him. A slight warning creeps into Dahl's tone. Do not seek out Farod, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser and Farod a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is?
Updated my journal.
Dahl is silent for a moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutterstone Farod lairs at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. It doesn't sound like you like Farod very much. There are some I respect, Restless One. Dahl takes a ragged breath and steadies himself. Farod is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. Knight of the post? A knight of the post, Dahl coughs. A thief. All Farod brings to our walls comes stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farod takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Did this Farod take anything from me? Dahl pauses, considering. Most likely. Are you missing anything? Especially anything of value? His voice dips as he frowns. Not that Farod would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. I'm missing a journal. A journal? If it was of any value, then it likely lies in Farod's hands. Okay. How can I get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than the dustmen pass. Dahl breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. I see. Do you know who I am?
Updated my journal.
I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know little more than those that have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. Dahl sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are others who have journeyed with me, and they're here.
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had travelled with you in the past. Dahl looks like he is about to start coughing again, then catches his breath. Am I mistaken? Where is her body? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. I don't ever recall travelling with a woman. Dahl simply stares at you in silence. Before you said that there were others interred here who journeyed with me. Where are they? Doubtless there are, but I know not their names nor where they lie. One such as you has left a path many have walked, and few have survived. Dahl gestures around you. All dead come here. Some must have travelled with you once. Okay. What do you do here? I think I already said that, right? Tell me more about the mortuary. Yeah. You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close now to the true death, Restless One. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. Dahl gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. The eternal boundary? The boundary between the shadow of this life and the true death. Are you certain there might be some way that I can help you? I do not wish to live forever, nor live again, Restless One. I could not bear it. Okay, bye. As you turn to leave, Dahl speaks. Know this, I do not envy you, Restless One. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point, your path will return you here. Dahl coughs, the sound rattling in his throat. It is the way of all things flesh and bone. Then perhaps we'll meet again, Dahl. Oh, good guy Dahl. I like him. I like. This looks like a big room, doesn't it? I was thinking like boss room, you know. Is there like a... How do you know where an area leads into another area? Does that make sense? How do you know when an area leads into another area? Ha ha ha. This huge corpse is standing silently in the corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of the body, he died only recently. The freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. The corpse looks like it's serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the texts, however, you notice a loose page folded between the two of the books. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. Take the page. The real question is, how do you know an area? That is true. How do you know an area? What is an area? There is no spoon. Disclaimer, I've never played this game. Apparently it's very good. It's like reading a book, but in video game form. So says Mossy. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers. It looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean, as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. Read through it. You take a moment to read through the page. It's a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and logged in the receiving room. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals. Examine the books again. So how did you become a librarian? All the other jobs taken? The corpse stares blankly at the wall. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Wait. Where's that? I'm confused. Oh, is it from this? One is being cut. Oh, is it this? Oh, it must be this. You had to get some food. What did you miss? Just conversations with Dahl, and then we found a letter in a book. You played Pillars of Eternity. That's on my list as well, Hazy. That will be coming up. I don't know when, but at some point. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in a tight, crabbed script. Fifth night, drunk, chest wound, cause of death, mauling, Abishai. Collector, pox, 3 commons, paid. A commons, coppers, I guess. Desiccated corpse, indeterminable, age of shell prevents identification. Collector was Farod. No possessions. Stripped, knife marks evident from dissection. Cause of death, indeterminable, scars do not appear to be a cause of death. Shock trauma. Farod collected, 3 commons paid, possessions logged. Fist irons, 13 commons. Middle table receiving. I already stole those. Collector Farod, 3 commons paid, possessions logged. Knife marks evident from dissection, but the dissection was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in the abdomen. Earring has been locked in the southeastern preparation room. Have an initiate from the 3rd circle examine it. It has strange markings like those on contracted workers 79. I already stole it. I did steal them. Is this the sort of thing I should be writing down? Because I feel like that earring is something I could technically go and collect at some point. But it won't be in my logbook, I guarantee it. Age of Shell prevents identification. Farrod, 3 commons paid, no possession, strip, knife marks. As with the previous entries, these shells Farrod have brought also show signs of having been prepared. I have asked that Initiate Emmerich launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16542 is one of Farrod's gang. I have seen the individual before. I would ask Emmerich to pay heed to how the man died. 5th Night, Tiefling, male, cause of death, slash marks, discoloration of wounds are consistent with grave rot. Collector Farrod, 3 commons paid, no possession, stripped, knife marks evidence. Okay, so Farrod. Okay, but why would this have been cut out as though it was trying to be hidden? Is it just that they're making a note that Farrod is a bad man? I have a notepad here. I can start using this as a notepad. Sorted. Whenever a note talks about items or NPCs, it's usually not just for flavor, but becomes relevant eventually, so it's a good idea to write things down. Okay, got it. So what did it say? It said... Strange... I wish I could type, because my handwriting is fucking atrocious. Strange... Like a doctor. Sign of intelligence, apparently. I'm so smart. Southeast Prep Room. In mortuary. I'm so smart I can't read my own handwriting. The problem with typing on Notepad is that I'd have to Alt-Tab out of the game constantly, and when I Alt-Tab out the game, it like removes all the audio. It'd be really off-putting on stream, I think. I'll just have to handwrite. It'll be okay. I don't mind. Yo, what up, bitches? The eyes of this corpse are set close together, and the eyeballs themselves are slightly askew. One faces to the left and the other to the right. You can barely make out the number 257 traced onto its bruised forehead. It looks like the corpse has taken several blows to the head, making the number difficult to read. Don't you get dizzy with your eyeballs facing like that? There is no flicker of understanding in the corpse's eyes. They stare silently off to the left and right. Aww, who's this? Ivene. Yoink. This disemboweled corpse proves how far you can physically stretch flesh without tearing it. Judging from the stench, the entrails here, of these disemboweled corpses are dumped here. Stench coming from this corpse is truly nauseating. Someone split open this man's chest and has yet to remove the internal organs. This chalk-white body has been drained of blood and treated with embalming fluid. A neatly stitched seam runs down the corpse's chest. Another corpse on a stone slab. There is no indication of what the body died of. Bandages covering this body are soaked with blood. Even though this corpse looks several days old, blood still trickles from its wounds. I tell you what, most other RPGs will start you off in like this nice little like forest area and it's all pretty and green, and then like you end up finding your way into these like dank, depressing places. It's a brave design choice to like start you off in this place. It's horrible. Where's my woodland animals chirping and friendly? What are you doing, bruh? This heavily stitched corpse is shuffling lazily back and forth between two slabs. The number 506 has been stitched on its forehead, and the side of its neck and its right arm. In fact, the skin of this peeling corpse has been sewn up with so many stitches, its skin looks like a bizarre street map. Examine the stitches. Stitches encircle the corpse, running from its arms, across its chest, up to its neck, and into the damp mass of white hair. As you follow the crossroads of stitches, you notice someone has jammed a needle into the corpse's forehead. The needle is attached to a thread, stitching up the side of the skull. You could probably unravel it if you had something to cut the thread. Why would I do this? I mean, I'll do it, but why? Cut the stitches with your scalpel, then pull out the needle and thread. You slice the thread neatly with the scalpel, then pluck out the needle and pull the stitches out. As you do, the skin covering the forehead peels back to reveal the corpse's chalk white skull, where, to your surprise, the number 78 has been chiseled. Seems you got two different designations there, corpse. 78. 78. Using dank properly, bold, yeah. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Sorry, this game's dank. Did this thing say anything? Why do I have needle and thread? What does it do? Heal 6 hit points. Nice. Did anything here say anything about 78? Wait, 79. Was it 79 or 78? I forgot. 78 chiseled on the bone. Strange mark. Okay, is that a thing? This says number 78 chiseled on the bone. That says 79. Okay, no. Never mind. Never mind. I got carried away. This corpse 985 has stopped dead in its tracks. Judging from the condition of its left leg, it looks as if some sort of tomb rot or corpse mold has eaten through to its knee. The corpse is wobbling unsteadily back and forth, trying to keep its balance. I will try and help you balance. You reach out for the corpse's left arm to help steady it. As you grab its arm, however, the corpse suddenly sways to the right and you end up tugging the corpse rather than steadying it. Oh, sorry. Chief, you might not There is a crack from the corpse's left leg and the body falls like a dead tree. Its torso strikes the stone flagstones and shatters like a rotten melon, filth and ichor gurgling from the cavity. To your surprise, no one seems to have noticed the corpse's collapse, and even stranger, the left leg remains standing where the body was, as if at attention. After a moment, the leg falls over with a wet thump. As you gaze upon the putrefied remains of the corpse, you notice that its left arm seems intact. It has snapped from the torso during the fall, and it doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot that has spread through the rest of the body. I wonder if I could make use of that arm. I will take your arm. I don't know why. Why am I carrying this guy's arm around? Oh, probably worth noting 508 is 78. Good shout. 508 equals 78. Can't believe you did this. Does it classify as murder? Nope. Mort's already said that they're already dead. If they're already dead, you can't murder. You cannot murder things that are dead. Quote. You trust Mort. Yeah, in Mort we trust. Definitely isn't a necrophile. Hey bro. Talk to me, bruh. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. The number 821 is carved into his forehead, and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. Seen anything interesting going on? As you address the zombie, it blinks in surprise. Huh? What? He's talking to me. You're not a zombie. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
The zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. He has a peculiar half-frightened, half-angry expression. Who you? What do you want? Lie. Why? I was looking for you. Who are you? The zombie doesn't seem to have heard you. He looks you up and down for a few moments and frowns. What you do here? His eyes narrow suspiciously. You spy on Dusties? Just wait until you run into his skeletal centaur cousin, Don Mort. Why would you try and associate Mort with fucking Don Bort? Bleh. I'm not going to call the guards on him. I'm not a spy. I got sealed here by accident. Can you help me out? He's silent for a moment, then nods slightly as if in understanding. Why should I help you? I'm gonna Don Bort out of that. Yeah. I've got to read it in the funny way that it's written. Oh, sorry. Why should I help you? Why should I help you? You spy on Dusties. I don't know. Do I want to like... Oh, what do you want in return? Need you to get a key for me. One iron key to Embalmer's room. Where is the key? A dusty chit has it. He points at his eyes. She has yellow eyes. And then makes a motion with his hands that reminds you of a pair of cutting shears. Blades on fingers. This dustman woman sounds really attractive. Are you sure you don't want me to introduce the two of you? The zombie blinks. He doesn't seem to have understood you. That was a joke, see? Yes. Forget it. I'll go find your key.
Updated my journal.
The zombie squints at you. If you can't, don't say nothing about me, or me get you in your sleep. I'll get your damn key, but you best watch your threats, you hear me? I've updated my journal. Must pause my ROM hacking because I have to go play. I wonder if I can use my PC while they're running around. I'm doing important work, guy. Yeah. Good luck, Hazy. Real question is it the Embalmer's room a room or a... Oh, that's true. The Embalmer's room. It's hidden in the Embalmer's room. I forgot to talk to this person as well. There was this guy. You see a slight young woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck makes her appear as if she's starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Greetings. The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives, removing organs. She's a good egg. Yeah, catch you later, Hazy. Thanks for dropping in. What's wrong with your hands? The woman makes no response.
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually because some ancestor of theirs shared knickers with one demon or other. Makes some of them addled in the head, and addled looking too. I will get her attention. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are a rotting yellow, with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation and she frowns at you. Greetings. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting, as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever's wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You. She clacks her taloned fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Find thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Ivene. Go, go, go. You've been assigned a quest. Quests are displayed in your diary in the quest portion of the journal. To see all the quests that you've been assigned and the status, simply select quests from the journal menu. had some questions first.
Updated my journal.
She turns away. She makes no signs that she heard you. I think the dusty chits might be a bit short on the hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we? What's wrong with her hands? Ah, she's a tiefling. They've got a dash of fiend blood running in their veins. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I already had the thread. I just need the embalming fluid, right? Can I do anything with this? This arm snapped clean off corpse 985 when it was accidentally toppled. As much as the corpse's knee was rotted clean through, it looks like the combination of thick application of embalming fluid and rigor mortis has made this arm almost as hard as wood. If you need to, you could either use it to shake someone's hand from a distance or use it to bash their skull in. Oh, it's a weapon. 1 to 6. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, it looks like a club to me rather than an arm, but... Not usable with my mages, but I'm not a mage yet. I will be. But wait, why am I equipped with an eyeball? This is your eye. It looks like it's seen better days. What?
Don't want to part with that.
Eyes cannot be removed. Okay. Alright, embalming fluid. Embalming fluid for the lady. Which is probably how I get the key for this guy, right? I can try to take Mort's weapon as well for some funny comments. Oh, really?
What's up?
Oh, it's this, his bite.
Can't part with that. Sorry. In case you didn't notice, Chief, those are my teeth. Unless you've suddenly become a dentist, hands off. If I could part with it, I would. But it's a part of me.
But it's a part of me.
In case you didn't notice, Chief, those are my teeth.
Okay, I think that's it. That's fun.
I'm gone. All right.
I'm gone. Alright, embalming fluid. How does the map look, actually? Stairs up and down, northeast prep room, receiving room, southwest, northeast. Oh, so the ring that we found out, or the earring, is in one of these rooms. Someone's inserted a tube into this corpse's leg. The tube is attached to a strange clicking machine next to the slab. Dried blood covers the slab's surface. The blood is still fresh on this table. Embalming fluid. Perfect. More embalming fluid. Perfect, perfect. That's locked. How dare it? Dried blood. Bloody cloth covers the remains of this corpse. The stench rising from the body is almost unbearable. I'm gone and updating my journal. You can add your own notes on the map too, however, in this enhanced edition the system's a bit buggy and sometimes it eats your notes. You can also attack locked chests to try and force them. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't really want to make notes on the map if it's possible that it's going to start removing them. That would suck. Nothing. Nothing. This container is locked. I will attack.
Forced it.
Open.
Oh, nice. Ancient copper earring. This copper earring looks to be ancient. Oddly enough, there doesn't seem to be a hook or any means to actually attaching it to your ear. A strange series of grooves have been carved into the inside of the earring, however, which might merit a closer examination. The copper earring looks extremely old. It looks like it was meant to be worn, but there doesn't seem to be a hook. Okay, examine the grooves. The grooves are evenly spaced along the inside of the earring. Upon closer examination, they remind you of small fangs. They're definitely man-made, but you can't figure out what they were intended for. I'm not I'm not smart enough to figure out what that ring does yet. Does that mean I can't wear it? What is this? Oh, quick item. Oh, what's this? Ground item. Quiver. Okay. Wait, how do I access my quick items? Oh, who knows? Clearly a closed earring is just a finger. Yeah, literally. Right, why would he say it's an earring? Why would he say that? I was still looking out for this ghost you were talking about as well. Oh, we need to go give this embalming fluid. Oh, there's stairs as well that we can actually access from here. Wait, yeah. It wasn't you? The ghost is on the next floor. Okay, cool. Hello, Ivan. Do you reckon it's supposed to be Ivan, as in like Ivan? Watch her hands. Or watch her study the motion of her hands. Wait, she's still dissecting the corpse. The rhythm of the talons reminds you of something, but you can't quite recall what.
Updated my journal.
As you study the motions of Ivan's hands, you feel a prickling along your scalp, and then suddenly you find your vision swimming, blurring until you are standing in front of a freshly slain corpse, rigor mortis making a mockery of its smile. The number 42 has been stitched onto its scalp. The zombie is lying on a slab, and you have just finished stitching up its chest. You have placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. Echo. Keep these things safe and wait for my return. The memory of your voice is an echo, strange and hollow to your ears. You cross your arms in front of your chest, and to your surprise, the corpse does too. After a moment, its hands fall back to its sides, and as it does, the vision fades, until you're watching Ivan's hands make their stitching motions once more. You've regained a memory. Memories can give you additional experience points, skills, or may even lead to you gaining something else of value later on. You always called it Iveen. Okay, Iveen. Ivene. I'll decide how I pronounce her name. Whenever something reminds you of something, you almost always want to investigate. Yeah, that makes sense. Time to find corpse 42. Agreed. Agreed. She turns to see you, then frowns. Dumb zombies. She clacks her taloned fingers together impatiently, then makes stitching motion with her fingers. Find thread and embalming fluid. Wait a minute. You make a motion of a key turning with your hand. I need an embalming key. Do you have one? She leans forward, looks at your hands, and sniffs. Her hands dart into a rope, then emerges with a key, hanging wickedly sharp index finger. She flicks it into your hands. Bring back when done. Go, go.
Updated my journal.
I don't think I actually... There we go. Give her the thread.
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Ivan snaps the thread from your hand and hooks it around one of her talons and begins sewing up the corpse's chest. Then she takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Within minutes, she's finished. She clicks her talons, then returns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and drags her talons along your arms and chest. Oh. The keys for the chest you bashed out. Oh, of course. Wait, is it? I thought no, the key was for the guy, right? I thought the other zombie wanted that key. Keep playing zombie. Looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or... Keep playing zombie. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who writes on you? Hivers do that. No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs, then pokes one of your scars. This one, bad shape, many scars, no resurfs. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It feels barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up.
Updated my journal.
Sure. The sensation is curiously painless as Iven begins to stitch up your scars. When she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, then dabs her finger into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she has dabbled your body with the fluids, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. This may be the second time in my life I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Oh, Mort. Iven puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, then makes a shooing motion with her talons. Done. Go, go. Wait, what did she do? Oh, +1 max HP, was it? I paid no attention. Nice. Thanks, Iven. Alright then, this guy wanted a key. You see the false zombie, you're amazed. Greetings. Here's that key you wanted. The zombie's eyes widen and he snatches the key from your hand. He turns it over, nodding all the while. Good, good. Now how do I get out of here?
Updated my journal.
The zombie grunts. You can escape through portals. He waves his hands. Foof. Portals? What portals? Portals. The zombie waves around the area. Portals everywhere. Can you show me one of these portals? The zombie nods. You would out? Go to arch on first floor, northwest room. You need finger bone, shape of crook. When he holds up his index finger and bends it into a crook. When you have key, go to arch, jump to secret crypt, and can escape from the here. Secret escape route. He nods eagerly. You can rest there. Crooked finger bone? Where am I going to get one of those?
Updated my journal.
He shrugs. Must be one round somewhere. Look in storage rooms or upper floor. Maybe there. Do you know someone named Farad? Farad? The zombie frowns briefly in thought. Me here, he live in hive somewhere. He shakes his head. Not know where. He frowns again. Dusty's very mad. They not like Farad. Hive? Slums outside this place. Why don't the dustmen like Farad?
Updated my journal.
He's a collector. Brings deaders to mortuary. Sells them to dustmen. Bring lots of deaders. Dusties not know where he gets deaders. Think he's putting Burks in dead book. What? He's saying this Farad Burke has been selling a lot of deaders, corpses, to the dustmen. That's what collectors do. They gather dead bodies and sell them to the dustmen. Sounds like this Farrad's been selling so many deaders that the dusties think he's been putting hivers in the dead book before their hour's up. You know, killing people. Okay. I'm missing a journal. Have you seen it? Don't know. Some Burke peel you? What? He wants to know if somebody robbed you. Probably what happened. Can you tell me anything about Dahl? Scribe. Old. Yellow. There's nothing more to be said, I suppose. How did you get to look like that? Me good at disguise. Me also got scars. Me wear lots of embalming fluid. Me make good zombie. The zombie giggles through stitched lips, then taps his head. Dusty's stupid. Yeah, they're the stupid ones, alright. The sarcasm is evidently lost on the zombie, who nods eagerly. Stupid Dusties. Me make good zombie. Doesn't it hurt? He looks at your scars. I ask you same question. Me, it not hurt much. Claps his chest. Me tough. That disguise is pretty good. Can you disguise me as a zombie? He looks you up and down for a few moments, mumbling to himself, then nods. Uh-huh. Me need jar of embalming fluid. Points at the scars in your chest. And some needle and thread. Oh no, I already gave that away. I'll go see if I can find them. Yeah, it's not a quest anymore, is it? Ah, well. Because that's probably another way of getting out of here, right? Dressing up as a zombie. The door is locked. You need a key. Oh shit, that's not the... I wonder if that's the key I just gave away that I could have just unlocked it. Can you attack the doors, actually?
Failed.
Wait, how much can I...
Failed. 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 Failed.
Yeah? Okay. Failed. 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 Failed.
Okay, I don't think we can get through that.
All right.
Pretty sure you could have opened that up. Yeah, oh well. Such is life, eh? C'est la vie. That door is locked, and I will need a key. Don't think bashing is a dice roll, depends on oh, okay. 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 Right, so we can't go down, we can only go up. So up we go, I guess. Mortuary 3rd floor.
All right.
I should probably also... Look at this, right? Special, +2 to 8 hit points, +1 to armor class. This is a sealed jar of embalming fluid. It is used as a preservative for dead bodies. As an added benefit, the smell of the fluid is more than sufficient to mask the smell of any rotting bodies it's used on. Effects are temporary. Okay. I see. I see. Charcoal charm. This piece of charcoal is a charred bone fragment of some creature, perhaps the finger bone or a talon. Various symbols have been scratched onto its surface. The scratchings are so faint you almost miss them. This charcoal charm temporarily protects the user against flames and extreme heat. To use the charm, the charred bone is snapped and both halves are ground to powder, then the charcoal dust is rubbed over the heart of the user. I like how it gives little descriptions on like how things are used as well. Delicious embalming fluid health potions. Delicious. Okay, this looks hot. Wait. Oh, that must be the crematorium bit. Oh, there's a dustman here. This skeleton, number 748, according to the number chiseled above his brow, is odd only in that some of his teeth appear to be false ones, made of a reddish brown stone. They're clearly not valuable, however, and its caretakers would have otherwise removed them. Oh, I also need to write down the Hey Mossy, what was the number of the zombie that I was supposed to look for? Was it 48? 42. Thanks. The one from the flashback. Yeah. They're clearly not valuable, however, as its caretakers would have otherwise removed them. Have you seen any skeletons walking around here? The skeleton makes no reply. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Wonder if this greybeard would mind if I borrowed his body. Something is hidden inside him. Yeah, right. Greybeard? Greybeard, you know, geezer, old fella, yellow dog, old. I don't think he's in any position to object. Why not take his body? Mort studies the skeleton for a moment, then shakes his head. Nah, I'd need a fresher one than this, and something with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured. And you're not? Oh, you're a sack full of laughs. Mort glares at you. Besides, you're one to talk, Burke. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. Oh yeah? At least I have all my parts. You're not quite sure how you managed that without lungs. Snorting. Let me tell you, Mort, there's nothing more satisfying than walking around, swinging your arms, breathing the crisp air through the lungs. It's great to have a body. I'll have you know that helping you to escape the preparation room has now been added to my growing list of regrets. Mort snorts again. I should have let you rot. Some more, that is. I hope I'm not, like, making enemies with my party. The air roaring from the mouth of this immense furnace is incredibly hot. Walking even a few steps past the archway would certainly cause your hair and flesh to burst into flame. The dustman regards you with a stony gaze. Are you lost? No, I'm not lost. I had some questions. If you're not lost, then what is your business? I'm not going to say that. Fucking hell. That is none of your concern. I'm afraid that is my concern. Mayhap the guards can loosen your tongue. The dustman takes a step back. He looks as if he's about to summon the guards. Snap his neck. You are not fast enough, and the dustman dodges you as you lunge for him. Taking a step back, he claps his hands together sharply 3 times. In response, a great iron bell starts tolling throughout the mortuary. Alright then. Oh no, I don't want to kill people. Fuck. Where did I last... Wait, what? Day 1, 31, 28, 03. 3... Okay, it's got to be that one, right? Whew. The dustmen will also come investigate if they see you walking around on the upper floor, but if you just run away from them for a bit, they stop chasing. Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm worried about this quick save thing, because I'm sure that I quick saved after this bit. I might do a full save. And overwrite this thing, yes. Once you make them sound the alarm, it doesn't go away. Yeah, yeah. I kind of figured as much. Alright, this guy said... Examine the skeleton carefully. Someone has taken care to bind the bones of the skeleton with leather straps woven around the body in such a pattern that they resemble muscle and tendon. The straps are secured to metal bolts punched into the skeleton's joints. This skeleton looks like it has seen a great deal of service. Many of its bones are chipped, and its numerous fractures abound with sealant and foul-smelling glues. Try and pry out the skeleton's joint bolts. Oh, Chief, that's vandalism. Those bolts are probably the only thing holding that bag of bones together. Necromancy only goes so far with these old fellas. So? Oh, it's not a problem. Mo just does a strange bobbing motion that you think might be a shrug. Just wasn't sure if you knew or not. By all means, go ahead. If you want to do a full save, don't overwrite the quick save. That might just make it into a quick save. Oh. Okay. You pull at the iron bolts, but you're not strong enough to pull them out. They've been hammered in pretty tight. Maybe if I had the right tool, I could get them out. I may be back, bones. Greybeard, don't think. And you're not. At least I have, blah, blah, blah. Tell you what more, blah, blah, blah. Great to feel that way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, save game. Over. Not. Oh, new save. There we go. What is this symbol? I don't know. Alright, let's dodge the dustman. Oh god, there's dustmen everywhere. Mummified corpse looks like it's bound for the crematorium. Oh wait, was that him coming to investigate me? Because if it was, then he's incredibly slow. This corpse's slightly misshapen head appears to be held together by a number of narrow metal bands bolted directly into the skull. A rusting iron plate over its left eye has the number 475 etched into it. Its mouth is bolted shut and it reeks of embalming fluid. Is there anything interesting going on? You there, hold. No, run away. Needle and thread. You there, hold. I won't. I need to find my zombie friend. Despite this corpse's dry leathery skin, it's clear this was once a beautiful woman of middle years. Whoever prepared the corpse seemed to take pity on her, sewing her bow lips shut with a small neat stitches and tattooing the number 832 upon her forehead in elegant script. So, doing anything, Lisa? Continues to stare at you. Okay, this leads back to where I just came from. I'll take some junk, very nice. This leads into a nice loot room. Iron pry bar. Dustman request. Bash this. Plot charm, and some copper. Right, what did we get? A note written on a scrap of dry parchment. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. That was the one that I remembered in my dream. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I'm certain the initial raising of the body was warped. The worker still responds to commands, but when it has completed a task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as it did before. Dahl recently informed me that worker 42 exhibited the same strange walking pattern when it was a zombie decades ago. There may be a soul echo in the marrow of the skeleton's age, or the skeleton's age may have caused the magic animating him to decay. One of the initiates suggested that it may be following an order issued by a higher-ranking dustman in the past, but I have found no records of such an order. Whatever the reason for its behaviour, the matter is to be resolved or the worker replaced. Oh, it might be the guy walking around in a triangle pattern, right? This is a collection of junk, small springs, broken bolts, and a cracked gear or two. It looks like someone felt these pieces might be useful one day, but they seem pretty useless to you. That I already read. This glistening blood drop is as hard as smooth as a pearl. When placed on the tongue, it dissolves instantly and spreads through the user's bloodstream. The charm stimulates the user's blood into clotting and scabbing over existing wounds, healing any minor damage the user may have suffered before consuming the charm. Furthermore, as long as the charm is in effect, the player's blood becomes more aware of new wounds that occur. More resistant. Nice. Iron pry bar. Nice. Okay. Plot charms are nice healing sources. Nice. Alright, let's talk to these guys and then we'll go find that triangle dude. Go back to the pry bar and look at the white... Oh, okay. After I talk to this guy. The corpse's meaty head was clearly severed at some point and hastily sewn back on. Several different sets of stitching, all in various states of unravelling, seem to indicate that the head is constantly being knocked back off and reattached during the course of its work. A number 79 has been cut into its temple, circumscribed by a fanged circle that appears to have been branded on its forehead. Examine the fanged circle. The fanged circle looks like it was branded on the corpse's forehead long ago, presumably before it died. It might have been a religious icon of some sort, or a rite of passage. You notice that one of the recesses between the inner fangs has a small triangle within it, as if it has some special significance. I wonder if the space between the fangs and match the grooves on this copper earring I have.
Updated my journal.
The corpse makes no reply. It looks like it's too far gone to answer any of your questions. Okay, pry bar. Cyan pry bar can be used to pry open doors, chests, and even the occasional reluctant ribcage. It also makes a good bludgeoning weapon when there's no time for subtlety. To use the pry bar to force a locked door or chest, select it as a weapon, then attack the container. Although the pry bar is specifically intended for such use, you can attempt to bash open a container or door with any weapon, including your fists. Ah, okay, so that's actually better. That's like a better thing for opening shit. Thanks, Mossy. I don't understand what this... Leave the corpse in peace. Or maybe I can examine this now? Use. Examine the grooves. Insert your fingernail into the notch that matches where the triangle was pointing on the fanged circle you saw on Zombie 79's forehead. You hook your fingernail into the third groove from the top and press it inwards. As you do, there is a click, and the top of the earring snaps open. Not only can you wear the earring now, it looks as if there is a secret compartment inside the earring. Shake it. You shake the earring, but nothing comes out. Whatever was hidden in the earring is gone now. Note, discovering the latch to the earring will now allow you to wear it. In addition, the secret compartment may make the earring more valuable to a merchant. Cool. It's a hollow earring. Amazing. Oh wait, I already have an earring. That's probably better. Okay. That's my merchant. I don't like that I've got to carry weight. I'm upset. I'm so sad. This looks like... looks to be the corpse of a well-aged, even ancient woman. Aside from the embalming fluid, stink, the stitches sealing her mouth, and the number 679 stitched into her right cheek. It's likely she looks only slightly different now than she did in her final years. Tormented one, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing good. Are you doing anything later? She continues to stare. This animated skeleton smells horrible, as if it had only been freshly stripped and prepared. Its jaw and major joints are tightly bound with leather straps, and a rough smock has been thrown over it. The number 1221 has been chiseled into its forehead. What's the difference between skeletons and zombies in this game? I will examine you. Someone has taken care to bind the bones, blah blah blah. Oh, this is exactly the same as the other one. Try and pry it out. Using your pry bar, you rip the bolts from the skeleton's joints. The skeleton collapses, with its bones still twitching. Why did I do that? Why would I do that? Why? What was the purpose? Why did you do that? I don't know. There was an option and I chose it. I'm not a bad man, I promise. I'm sorry, skeleton. I mean, maybe they drop good loot? Fewer enemies if I piss off the Dusty. Yeah, true. That's true. Maybe I should... Well, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go back to that triangle dude first and see if that's the number 42 guy that we wanted.
Done.
Something tells you I just reload. What do you mean? You think I'm a save scummer? Definitely save scums. Oh, I can give you the thingy now as well. Greetings. Add some questions. Why did you look like that? Me good at disguise. Dusty stupid. Yeah, they're the stupid ones. Blah, blah, blah. Can you disguise me as a zombie? Here you go. The zombie takes the items from you and says to work. I can't believe you're going through with this. How balmy are you? Pretty balmy, I suppose. The zombie liberally applies the embalming fluid to your body, then stitches up several of your scars. Working from your feet upwards, he stitches up your scars, then finishes off the disguise by stitching up your lips. Thanks. Can't you make the stitches on his lips any tighter? The zombie holds up his hands. Careful. Talk pulls stitches out. Ruin disguise. Zombie no talk. You got to talk? Talk slow. Careful. Take heed that no one expects zombies to talk. If you speak to someone as a zombie, you run the risk of exposing your disguise. We understand.
Updated my journal.
The zombie frowns. Disguise won't last long. Unbalming fluid dry up. Stitches fall out. Probably not last outside mortuary. And no running. You run, you ruin whole disguise. No. When you finish speaking to Vaxis. Oh, maybe I should have done this later. Find a new weapon, hold off on equipping it until you no longer wish to be disguised. If you have always run on, be sure to switch it off if you want to maintain the disguise when you finish speaking to Vaxis. Not again, leave. I don't think I wanted to do this. Why do I have an iron spike? Never bothered being disguised as a zombie. Walking's too slow. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Where was that guy pacing around in a triangle? He was down here somewhere, I think. I think this room? Is it this one? This corpse is lumbering in a triangle path. Once it reaches the corners, it pauses. But it has 965. It was not that one. That makes me so sad. You're a simple man. You see the best game ever made being played and you leave a follow. It's my first time, but I have heard it's very good. Mossy, however, in the chat, is the one that recommended the game to me, so here we go. You thought the note said the zombie was walking in a circle. Yeah, but they're stupid, aren't they? Like circle, triangle, they're the same thing. Alright, back upstairs. Don't upset the guards. Or the dusties. Dustmen.
Alright.
The only thing I want to know is, right, my Q is my quick save. What is my quick load? Quick loot. So quick load is L, but it doesn't load the latest quick save. That's confusing. The only thing is, right, I will do... Let me do my main save. On a new one. Day 1, hour 4, save, right? And then I'm going to do a quick save. And then a quick load. Takes me to before I'd explored this place.
I'm gone.
So weird. So strange. Okay, it was this one, right?
Alright.
Yes. Yeah, tormented one. It's I'm quick saving, but then when I quick load, it takes me to a previous quick save. Very, very odd. Like I could just load my latest quick save, I guess. Okay. Okay. Hey, what are you running at me for? Okay, you went. But you also had 3 quick saves already in the menu when you started. Try deleting all the quick saves and make a new one. Oh yeah, good plan. No. Alright, quick save 4, deletes. Deletes. Quick save 3, deletes. Deletes. Quick save 2, deletes. Deletes. Quick save 1. Deletes. Deletes. Back. Exit. Quick save. Then run over here. There we go. Cool. That helps. There are 2 autosave slots, which happen whenever you switch areas, so maybe that's what's happening. Okay. We'll see. I'll see what happens. But then, okay, so if I come up here, and then quick save up here, and then run back down here again, and then load, it takes me to here. So it's still... Okay, I think we're good. I think we're okay. The number 613 are cut deeply into this plodding corpse's forehead, but an inch of shredded leathery skin separates the 1 and the 3. Looking closely, you can barely make out 2 carved there. Seen anything interesting going on? Wait. So this is actually 6123. I wonder if that's going to mean anything. How do I loot? Don't chase me, please. Whoa, what are you doing here? Why is he just chilling over there? Let's, I'm gonna drop up this way. Right. This was the elegant script. Yeah. We already talked to her. Checked that. Checked that. I'll do a quick save before I come and talk to this guy. This reanimated corpse has its lips sewn together, and the numbers 310 are carved into its brow. The smell of formaldehyde permeates the area around it. It turns its lifeless eyes upon you as you move to bar its path. Seen anything interesting going on? You don't. Alright. This is where the nasty man attacked me earlier. I have to ask why the smock. It's not like you have anything to be modest about. It's just giving me a ready supply of clubs, apparently. I think I already spoke to this one. Let's quick save and... Do you reckon we can, like, loot this? And run away. What a fucking idiot. Yeah. The skin of this female corpse is heavily tattooed with intricate patterns. The skin of her brow has been peeled back so that the number 1148 could be chiseled into the skull beneath. Her mouth has been sealed shut with thick, rough stitching. My loot whorish tendencies are catching up with me again, I notice. This skeleton has either seen a great deal of combat or has fallen down one too many staircases. Both of its arms and legs have been broken and rebuilt with the aid of leather straps and thin iron rods. The front of its skull bears the number 863, but the back of its skull has caved in, forming an empty cavity. You notice someone has taken advantage of this and tucked a rolled up piece of parchment inside the skull. You slip the parchment out of the worker's skull. Oddly enough, it looks as if the skull cavity is intended to store messages. A tiny string is attached to the parchment from a hook bolted outside the skull, as if to keep the parchment from accidentally falling out. You unhook the string and glance over the parchment. It looks like a reminder from one of the mortuary custodians. Judging from the note, the skeleton seems to be a walking messenger of sorts. As you take a second glance at the skeleton, you realise it's stopped in front of a slab because it can't figure out how to move past it. Examine the skeleton carefully. Someone has taken care to bind the bones of the skeleton with leather straps woven around the body in such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, kill these things with a... I think they're only giving me, clubs, aren't they? I don't really care about clubs. Mortuary reminder message. This rolled up piece of parchment appeared to be some sort of message in the skeleton in the mortuary. Sorry, some sort of message the skeleton in the mortuary was supposed to deliver. This is the third and last request for the pry bar. If it has been misplaced, tell me and I shall go to the hive market and purchase another. I have no objection to maintaining the contracted workers, but I've been trying to repair the skeletons and the bolts are wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Also, some of the locks on the storage cabinets on the third floor have become stuck again due to the heat, and I need a pry bar to snap them open as well. If the pry bar is indeed lost, I will see about procuring the services of a locksmith and having the cabinet locks replaced. Your aid in this matter would be appreciated. An unreadable signature has been scrawled beneath the message. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Embalming charm and a task list. I'm nearly at my limit. I'm going to have to start tossing stuff. Someone has penned a series of tasks in red ink on this scrap of parchment. I would like the contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We have experienced too many contracted collapses whilst engaged in heavy labour of late, and I fear the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying or may have been warped somehow. If the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapsed, then this would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation room and free up more contracted workers for other duties. I do not wish collapsed bodies to be disposed of. When possible, the original contracted shells are to be raised and made to resume their duties. I have included spare embalming charms within the shells for the initiates on duty. They are to be used only when the shells cannot be repaired with stitching, bandaging, or applications of embalming fluid. This strange metal bracelet has directions inscribed on the side of it. Judging from the crude text, it appears that the bracelet works by being held by a living creature. Then, while pronouncing a mantra to the true death, it is touched to the forehead of a zombie or skeleton. When this is done, the minor enchantment held within the item spreads through the corpse, strengthening their bones, killing traces of corpse rot and or grave mold, and helping to seal minor tears in the skin. This will work on either you or Mort. Simply place it in your blah 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 blah. When cast, the target gains 2 to 8 temporary hit points and temporary bonus of +1 AC for a half hour. Nice. Nice. Okay, I can actually put some of this shit in my quick items. You go there, you go there, you go there. You go there. Half the time you put items in the quick slots just to free up inventory space. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The problem is, you know what I'm like. I am so obsessed with looting literally everything I can find that I don't know.
Forced it.
Open.
Open. I'm finding so many charms. This corpse fly looks like it was frozen. It appears to be dead, but you can't be sure. The magic contained within the charm is activated when the insect is consumed. When swallowed, the recipient suddenly becomes extremely nauseous. A few seconds later, the charmed individual expels a stream of insects from their nose and mouth. Provided the charmed individual can keep their wits about them, after the casting, the caster can send this cloud to attack a target. I like how Mork can force things open just by it in the lock off, yeah. I like how he does it always after I do it as well. So I'm like, it's open. And then a second later, Mork's like, it's open. Good old Mort. What else did I find? Oh, this one. This old finger bone charm has been hollowed out and tiny symbols have been scratched onto its surface. A user must snap it in two to activate it. When snapped, the bone charm temporarily strengthens the user's skeleton and acts as a ward to break against breaks and fractures. The charm gives the user an overall bonus to their armor class. Blah, 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 blah. Nice. Okay, I think I've inspected most of this place. This zombie worker I haven't spoken to. Hello. The number 1146 is carved onto the forehead of this walking corpse. Its lips are sewn together with coarse black thread. The entire body is covered in horrible scars, worse even than your own. As if its owner had been burned to death, its nose, ears, and several digits are missing, presumably charred away in some long ago conflagration. As you block its path to get its attention, it stops and gazes at you with vacant eyes. And does nothing. It is locked. You will need a key. Will I?
Failed.
Yes, I will. I think I already spoke to you. Oh, these dustmen, man. I already spoke to you. Mortuary Sanctum key. Nice. Run away. I like how they give up basically immediately. Fuck. Quick save. A hammer? Hammers are nice. What do you do, hammer? Hammer time! This is a heavy work hammer. It has a long handle and a metal head that looks like it could shape steel and crush skulls with ease. Usable only by fighters. That's what I am currently. How do I become a mage? I want to be a mage. I'm a smart cookie. I could do mage stuff. Oh, we're back here.
I'm gone.
What is this? Bandages and cleaning rags. Zombie worker, hello. The especially ghastly looking female corpse is missing its ears, nose and lips. In order to sew her jaw closed, whoever prepared her had to draw the skin especially tight around her mouth. You can still see the line of crooked yellow teeth through the open slit that remains. The number 891 has been carved into the flesh of her brow. Alright, cool. Cool. Is this just the key that lets me go everywhere now? You have to find trainer NPCs to take on a vocation. Oh, okay. Of course. Of course I do. So we've got preparation room, we've got stairs up and down. I think that's where I just came down, right? Receiving room, northeast prep room, stairs up, down, northeast, southeast prep room. I still haven't found this skeleton. Not skeleton. There's the zombie that I was supposed to find, though. I wonder if it's downstairs. Right. Are you the one? This doddering corpse has its eyes sewn shut, as well as its mouth, and the number 732 is carved into its brow. The threadwork that keeps its ocular cavities sealed looks extremely old. You wonder if the eyes were sewn shut before or after the man's death. You notice he's carrying a huge tome in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. I will take it. You carefully take the tome from the corpse's hands. It doesn't seem to notice. The tome appears to be a book of enchantments and wards. It's filled with diagrams and charts detailing various aspects of the necromantic arts. The book itself is extremely heavy. As awkward as the zombie is, it must be extremely strong. Hell yeah, that sounds like a magic book to me. Maybe on the next floor. Yeah, hopefully. Sorry about taking that book from you. It just looked too interesting to pass up. The corpse continues to stare at you. This worn, leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons, bones, and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. Apparently, the Dustmen animate corpses of fallen giants to serve as guardians for the mortuary. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates to help shield them from attacks. The book is much too complex for you to absorb all at once, but it looks as if you could refer to certain sections when the need arises. Nice. I am now full on inventory, though.
Done.
Done. Another rusty, blood-stained slab. Hi, zombie. You see a male corpse with the number 331 chiseled into his skull. His eyes and lips are stitched closed and there's a gaping hole torn in his throat. He smells foul. Oh, he's a runner. He's a runner. He's running. I think he stopped. Alright, we'll go this way. Why do some of them run after me and some of them only walk after me? Huh? The plaque on this beer is blank. This looks like a large tomb. The marble surface gives it a rather elegant look. These metallic blue tapestries are made of thin chain links. Is this a walkable place to walk? Words? Language? Oh, giant skeletons. Can I talk to them or are they bad? Before he was a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted onto the skeleton's frame and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You wonder where they made humans in this size. The huge blade in its hands looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Examine the giant skeleton carefully. The skeleton's intricate bronze armor is riveted onto its ribcage and the shoulder blades with a series of iron bolts. As you study the frame behind the armor, you notice the same iron bolts are set into the skeleton's shoulder, elbow, pelvic, and knee joints. A mass of thick leather cords and heavy knotted ropes run along the length of the skeleton's arms and legs, woven in such a pattern as they resemble muscles and tendons. Examine the armor. Despite the armor's obvious age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seem to flow in the firelight, shifting slightly whenever you try to focus on them. Study the symbols. Almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking pattern of these runes reminds you of chains, and with that thought, you suddenly recall that the runes are some sort of warding enchantment. Study the runes, try and recall the enchantment. You study the pattern of the runes as they weave their way across the breastplate. On its most basic level, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment, but several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edges of the armor make you suspect several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven in as well. Touching the skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. I think they all run after you if you're in their vision when it's their turn. Oh, okay, I see. See if you can dispel the enchantments. You suspect that marrying the rune patterns along the breastplate could unravel the enchantments, but it looks difficult. The pattern is complicated and scratching out the wrong portion could cause the skeleton to animate. Compare the pattern to the enchantments in the Tome of Bone and Ash and see if you can determine how they can be broken. From what you can make out from the tome, it seems the armoring enchantment applies only to the breastplate. The necromantic enchantment allows the skeleton to be raised, but it is the warding enchantment that gives the skeleton its limited awareness of its surroundings. You guessed that if you were to mar the skeleton's wards, it would interpret it as an attack, unless you blinded it to your presence first. The armoring enchantment applies to its breastplate. The necromantic enchantment allows the skeleton to be raised. It gives you... You guessed that if you were to mar the skeleton's wards... Wait, it's the... The warding enchantment gives the skeleton awareness of its surroundings. So I do the warding first, right? The work is difficult and nerve-wracking at first, but slowly your mind begins to focus and the runes begin to unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of the enchantments binding it. It collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and heavy clanging noise. Damn pile of bones. You wait for a moment, but no one responds to the sound. Moving quickly, you sift through the skeleton's parts on the floor. Most of it is too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with a majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved on it.
I feel stronger. Drop it.
Oh, what did I drop? Wait, are you shit? Oh no, there it is. Wait, what? Hang on, what just popped up? Didn't it say I had to drop something? But there's nothing dropped. What happened? I'm standing. Oh, I am standing on it. Hey, it's my key. I don't want to drop my key. Okay, nice. That was big XP. Can I do that with all of them? I wonder. See if you can dispel. Compare. Warding. Dispelling the enchantment is easier this time around, and the runes quickly unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of enchantments. Remembering what happened to the first, you catch the skeleton before it falls, and with a grunt, slowly lower it to the ground. You quickly rummage through the skeleton's remains, and once again uncover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate. Like the first, this one also has a fragment of the broken enchantment.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Increased.
Hey, Mort leveled up now. How do I give shit to Mort then? Is that... just like this? Here you go, buddy. Let's just give you all this crap. That sound good? Sounds good. And then if I go to him, he is carrying shit. Good. 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 Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Dispel this guy. Compare. Warding enchantment gives limited awareness, so warding. Let's see what we've got this time. You quickly rummage through, blah blah blah. I'll take that then. Sweet. I get a ton of experience from these guys. I will dispel. I will compare. Warding enchantment. See what we've got. I'll take that.
Can't run while I'm carrying all this. Can't run while I'm carrying all this.
Oh no, Mort. What am I supposed to do with this? Upon closer examination of the runes, blah blah blah, you might be able to unlock the rune's power and invoke a primitive warding enchantment. Here you go, buddy. You can have all this heavy stuff. Usable only by mages. Oh, yeah, I know. The game knows me so well. There is an odd symbol on this plaque. It looks like a screaming skull with sharp blades protruding from its sides. Oh, yeah. Alright, I think that's the most of the central bit done. So let's continue our little adventures down here. He's a named person. Where does he go to? You see a tired-looking man in a black robe. His narrow face is extremely pale and he doesn't look as if he's been sleeping. His shoulders are slumped and the flesh sags loosely beneath his bloodshot eyes. He looks so lost in thought he doesn't even notice you. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
Greetings. The man turns to face you and makes a slight bow. You suddenly notice that his eyes aren't bloodshot so much as they have a red tinge to them. I am Swergo. How may I... He suddenly seems to notice your scars and the corner of his mouth twitches. I'm sorry, Sarah. Are you lost? I was merely looking for the exit. Farewell. I do not recall admitting you. Swergo looks at you suspiciously and his eyes gleam red in the light of the torches. May I ask what you're doing here? I'm not fast enough to do that. I know that for a fact. I'm here to see someone. Swergo nods. And who are you here to see? I'd be more than happy to direct you. I'm here to see Dahl. Dahl? Dahl the Scrivener can be found in the receiving room on the upper floor. The corner of Swergo's mouth twitches briefly. He's rather busy and his health is failing. Unless you have pressing business, I would not disturb him. What's wrong with Dahl? Oh, there's nothing wrong with him. Dahl is... Swergo clicks his teeth. Old. His long devotion to cataloguing the dead has nearly run its course. Death will no doubt soon follow the wasting sickness he has contracted. Okay, I'll make it brief. Bye. Swergo nods and returns, and his mouth twitches again. He doesn't even seem to be aware of it. Return when you have paid your respects, and I will unlock the front gate for you. It is after 9 bells, so you'll have to leave as soon as you conclude your business. Okay. Why is that guy saying hold? He's just seen me having a conversation with his mate. Oh, that's a runner. There's a plaque. Large tomb. Something, something. Something, something, something. Dark side. What? Excuse me? I will investigate you momentarily. There's definitely something in there, right? Yeah, the music's pretty sick, to be fair. Coming from someone with no nostalgia to speak of for this whatsoever. The music is good, I like. Right, so I've got a guy that's saying he's going to open the front gate, but I've got a portal that... And also, where's this fucking zombie? Is it you? This reanimated male corpse has the number 1041 carved into his forehead. Despite its taut, desiccated flesh, it is apparent that its features once had a rather exotic cast to them. The zombie's lips have been stitched closely, most likely to prevent it from moaning incessantly, and it smells strongly of formaldehyde. Is there a way through here? Excuse me, dude. Sorry, I'm just gonna run through here. I love that they're just like, doopy doop boop boo. Yeah, we don't care anymore. Who are you? This woman's corpse pauses and is trudging about as you approach. You notice the number 114 is carved into her forehead. Her mouth has been sewn shut, but the threading slowly coming loose, and faint moans issue from her lips. Okay, so nothing here either. Where's number 42? The real question is, why didn't you check out the area where the music was playing? Because, what, you mean the portal? Because I had more exploring to do. I figure that's the way out, right? I mean, I can go and have a look at it, but I still need to find Zombie 42. The area before the portal. Oh, I was being chased by someone. They scared me. So this is where the music was. Right? Hey, oh, I just saw someone appear. What? You see a strikingly beautiful... Oh, it's the ghost you mentioned. You see a striking... I see what you mean by people can very easily miss this now. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker. Greetings.
You! What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
Kind of ruined because the music's supposed to play when she spawns in. Oh, really? My bad. Portal scared me more. My love, do I know you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of my mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory within you. I think I feel the stirrings of memory. Tell me more. Perhaps your words will chase the shadows from my mind, Dayanara. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memories shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. Do you know who I am? You are one both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are the one who is never far from my thoughts and my heart. Blessed and cursed? What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. She points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me, and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believed that, never knowing the truth of who you were and what you were. Oh, that... Wait, hang on. That's even more impactful then. If I'm someone who can never die and I'm like, oh, I love you until I'll actually die, that's more impactful, surely. What am I? I cannot. She suddenly freezes and she speaks slowly, carefully, as if her voice frightens her. The truth is this. You are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. As Dayanara speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles, and in turn giving strength to your bones.
Updated my journal.
And you know Dayanara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from her body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies and intrigues you. You remembered how to raise others from the dead. To access this ability, select the Special Abilities button in the quick menu. You can only use this ability on party members that have died in your presence. It will not work on anyone who does not travel with you, and it will not work on party members you remove from the party while they are dead. Okay. I had other questions. Who are you? Memories aside, and assuming death has rejected me, why is that a curse? I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall be truly doomed. Countless deaths? How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love. As in the times when my life was something both of us shared. As in the times when life was something both of us shared. Now is the eternal boundary that separates us. Eternal boundary? Dayanara sounds saddened. It is a barrier I fear you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. I see. He's like, oh, I see. Can you answer some questions? I need to escape this place. Can you help me? As you're about to ask Dayanara the question, it catches in your throat. It occurs to you that if you tell her you're looking for an escape route, she may feel you're abandoning her. If you're going to ask her how to leave, you need to be delicate about it. Dayanara, I'm in danger. Can you guide me to a place of safety? I shall return as soon as I can speak to you again. In danger? Dayanara looks concerned. Of course, my love, I will aid you in any way. She closes her eyes for a moment and you watch an ethereal zephyr pass through her body, stirring her hair. After a moment, the zephyr dies and her eyes slowly open. Perhaps there is a way. Yes? I sense that this place holds many doors shrouded from mortal eyes. Perhaps you could use one of these portals as a means of escape. Portals? Portals are holes in existence leading to destinations in the inner and outer planes. If you could find the proper key, you could escape through one of them. Key? Dayanara pauses for a moment as if attempting to remember. Portals will reveal themselves when you have the proper key. Unfortunately, these keys can be almost anything. An emotion, a piece of wood, a dagger of silvered glass, a scrap of cloth, a tune you hum to yourself. I fear that the dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys you could use to leave their halls, my love. Hold a moment. I learned much when I travelled with you, my love. And what you have lost I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. And what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and... Dayanara grows quiet. What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Yes. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. I swear that I will find... Oh, do I make a vow or tell her that she's got no faith in me? I don't even know who this woman is. I find it hard to believe that a woman I once loved would blackmail promises from me with the promise of revelations. Have you no faith in me, Dainara? She looks taken aback, then her tone changes, her voice becoming almost pleading. I do not mean to extract a vow from you, my love. It's just that I've waited so long for you to join me beyond the... If you do not mean to extract a vow from me, Dainara, then do not do so. Now, tell me your vision, and we will speak no more of vows and promises. Dainara stiffens. She looks as if she's about to say something, then sighs in defeat. Very well, my love. As before, I shall have to place my trust in you. She closes her eyes.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the planes. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive, and be immortal no longer.
Destroy what keeps me alive?
I know that you must die, while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I still can?
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps as... Oh, she already said that. I shall return. Farewell.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
That was a call for love, 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 love. She smiles, but there's only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? That spectre I was talking to. The woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman. Where? Moore looks around excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her? No. You just kind of drifted out there for a bit. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried when you'd gone adult on me again. Wait, he can't see her. Okay. So... Hey, the music's playing again. It's about time. The real question is, are we leaving through the front gate or the portal? Yeah, because I can do both now, but I want to find that number 42 zombie. Like, is he in here somewhere? Or am I going to spend half an hour searching for him when he's actually outside or something like that? Alright, I go back upstairs.
I'm gone.
Right, who are you? Apparently we're pushing you around, I'm sorry. You were 891. Because we also have that sign that said 508 equals 78, but I don't know if that was for any purpose either. That was 825. I hope this guy wasn't someone. 5, 6, 9. The stairs that lead downstairs here, where do they go? Shit.
Done.
Wasn't you, was it? Nah. Zombie 42 is actually a skeleton and it crumbles once you get stuff from it. Well, I think the only skeleton I've got any stuff from is they only gave me a club, and that feels like not enough. But I also think the only skeletons I've seen are upstairs, right? So that means it's got to be upstairs another floor if it's a skeleton. Right? 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 Get your skelly bobs, skelly bobs. Yeah, Mossy, is it supposed to be upstairs? I'm assuming it's one of the upstairs ones. But the only thing they dropped was clubs for me. In the room with the fern. Okay, I don't think I investigated this room very much. This skeleton seems particularly old, the leathery straps binding it together in cracked and worn. The word repent has been carefully engraved on its forehead with some amount of skill. The rougher, later hand chiseled 996. That's a zombie. That's a skeleton. 42, here it is. Thanks, Mossy. The skeleton turns to face you. 42 has been chiseled into its forehead, and a number of its bones, mostly the jaws and joints, have been bound with leather straps. A black smock is draped over its body. I think this is the corpse I had a memory about. At the sound of your voice, the skeleton suddenly straightens up. It crosses its arms over its chest and its fingers hook into its ribcage. I will cross my arms over my chest. In response, the skeleton drops its arms to its sides. The leather cords securing the skeleton torso also snap. The ribcage folds outwards like a pair of double doors. I will feel around in the ribcage. To your surprise, your hand vanishes as you reach inside the ribcage. You have a strange feeling it's somewhere else. As you reach inside the ribcage, your hand bumps against an invisible object. It's about the size of a fist and seems to be attached to the skeleton's spine. Take it. As you pull the item out, the skeleton suddenly disintegrates, and the iron bolts securing its joints clatter to the floor. Whatever the item was, it seemed to have been the only thing holding it together. Ribcage of holding. Hell yeah. It looks like an unremarkable lump of iron. You can't imagine why someone would hide it inside the ribcage of a skeleton. As you place both your hands on the lump of iron to examine it, there is a hiss, and the metal evaporates, leaving behind a strange dagger, a handful of coins wrapped in a dirty cloth, and 2 bloody teardrops. These look like they were inside the lump of iron. I take also this. So we got what? A green steel knife. Is it good? 1 to 4. Not usable by priests. This razor-sharp knife has been forged out of the famed Bartorian green steel. Found only in the wastelands of Avernus, this peculiar green ore can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. Nice. So probably replace that with my scalpel, right? Where'd I get the hatchet from? That was in a wall downstairs. Or this one. That's a hammer. But yeah, that one I got in a loot box downstairs. Wall hatchets are the best kind of hatchet. Don't you know? Right, I need to finish up my stream soon. But should I do it now?
All right.
Or after we get outside? Oh, I need to level up as well. I don't really know what leveling up involves. Level up. Fighter. Saving throws has been improved. Fighting skills have been improved. 1 characteristic point gained. 10 hit points gained. Oh wait, don't I have a choice to do things? Just like Wall Chicken. Yeah, Castlevania. Fuck yeah. I get an attribute point to spend. Oh, but I guess I'm not... Oh, I see. So I should go into wisdom. Just focus on wisdom, I think, for now. Right? I'm pretty sure I read that you should just, like, pump stuff into wisdom. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do that. Is that done? Have wisdom at least 16. There's a couple of checks for 18 as well. I don't remember if there are checks for 20. Okay, well, I'm at 19 now, so... Mort's also gone up. What do we want Mort as? He doesn't really need wisdom or intelligence, I'm guessing. He probably wants to be strengthy, dexy boy. Con. Oh, wait, I can't give him points. Okay. There's some other ways to increase stats as well. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay, there we go. That's the level up done. So now we just... Yeah, I guess I'll go... Oh, hang on. I just pressed the wrong button. Fuck's sake. What was that quick save I just did? It's ended up with loads more quick saves again that are impacting my ability to play the game. Was it this one?
I'm gone.
No, it definitely wasn't this one. Load game. That's day 1, 504. Day 1, day 1, day 1, day 1, day 1. This one? No. This one? No. Okay, it's this one. Right? Oh yeah, it's this one. My hit points are up. Oh, I am not a fan of this quick save. Quick load. And the load taking me to a different save than the quick save I've just done. It's the one with the highest time. Yeah, but I was looking at the quick save numbers, you know. And that's what got me worried. Next stream's going to be tomorrow, Mossy. We will continue with this tomorrow and hopefully play a bit longer as well. But let's get outside first. Pretty sure you can set up how many quick save slots it can make before overwriting the previous. Well, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind, but what I want to happen is my quick load button to take me to the most recent quick save. That's all I want. Like, it can make as many as it wants. Like, the memory's not a problem. I go through the portal. Yeah, what was that? If you set it up that way, it'll be more often overwriting the save, so loading it should be less. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean.
This is it.
This,
All right.
This is it. Pen's note and some money. This note has been written with remarkable penmanship. Vaxis, if you are reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task, and I have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they're not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I've left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker's Square. The dustman will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you've secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farad is getting those bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustmen a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that the stone-faced dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name is, has been sending out finders to try and mark Farad's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farad's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Pen. Okay, so Vaxis is actually the guy who's pretending to be a zombie. Bridges long run dry of oil. Only ashes remain in the bottom. This sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There's no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. And this takes me to... Steam achievement. With cutscenes that run at 15 frames per second. Nice. Nice. Alright. Save the game. New save. Can I call it something different? Because... stream 1 end. There we go. That sounds better. Welcome to Sigil. Lots of people to talk to. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like next stream is going to be a heavy city talking session. Although we managed to avoid most of the combat this time, so that was nice. I want to be a mage next stream. I hope that I'm... Every stream's going to be a heavy talking session. Yeah, true. I hope I can find someone to be a mage in this city. I would expect so. I would expect so. So, we found Zombie 42. I can cross that off. We found the strange earring. I can cross that off. One thing we didn't do is that thing you told me to make a note of, that zombie number 78 is actually zombie number 508. And that didn't have any relevance to anything, I don't think. But maybe it will later. I don't know. I'll keep that note, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now and get some food. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Welcome to the new Planescape Let's Play stream. Mostly I'll probably be around on June later, and Alan bought the game apparently. So he said he's struggling with servers at the moment. Apparently, like, no servers are loading for him, so he's trying to get that sorted. But he should hopefully be on later as well, which should be fun. But anyway, enough of this. Enough of this. I'm going to go now. Bye-bye. Did I tell them where we are? Yes. Yes, I did. He's trying to join the right one. It's apparently something to do with the anti-cheat. The anti-cheats... Like, apparently, he said he's had this issue before where when the anti-cheat software, I can't remember what it's called, loads, it refuses to show him any servers. Also, if he uses wallpaper engine, oh, maybe that's, I'll let him know. I'll let him know, because I don't know if he does, but I'm sure he always has, like, random shit in the background running, so I'll let him know. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to drop. I am very hungry and I'm going to get some food. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.